Well, originally I had my heart set on going to the Berklee College of Music in Boston, but it was just way too expensive. So I was sort of like, I guess I'll go to a state school in Pennsylvania, and there was this one called Mansfield University, and I auditioned for the music department there, and I also played one of my own songs on the guitar. The music professor called me up and was just like, I see that you really love writing your songs. And he's like, why don't you just try and do that? And I was like, what? Like, I thought everyone had to go to college right after high school. And he's like, now's the time to sort of go for it, because after 4 years of school, who knows where your life would be. And I mean, he's totally right. So I couldn't believe that someone from the school had called me up and was like, don't come. But that phone call, totally changed my life. And, I just went for it. I wrote this song about, people who may grow up in a place where they feel like they don't exactly fit in. And
Mm-hmm. Is that how you felt?
Yes. Totally. First of all, my school was mostly all white kids. There were, I think, 6 other Asian girls who were all Korean, but they were all adopted. And I was the only sort of half Korean. My mom was actually from Korea. I just felt like people would look at me differently because I looked a little bit different from everyone else. I was a pretty impressionable young woman. I have to say, being a young girl, who's a musician, you have a lot of older men sort of telling you what they think you should do and sound like, and it took me a couple years to realize, I don't want anyone to tell me what a song should sound like.
What do you think they were going for?
A hit song. They were going for the hit pop song. And it does. It's so insidious. It gets into your head. And so when I'd sit down to write, I have all these voices being like, oh, this is what I have to sound like. And I saw this guy, Andrew Bird, play a show. And he loops his violin in a really cool way. And I was like, oh, my God, I could loop my voice, So I bought this loop machine, and I was playing around with it. And it's actually my song Dream. It had no bridge in the song. And, every song must have a bridge. And I was like, well, instead of writing words for a bridge, I'm just going to do these oohs, and I'm going to loop them and harmonize them. And I was like, that's really pretty, and then I played my harmonica over the looped oohs, and that was the first time I was like, wow, check it out. This song doesn't really have a bridge, and it's a really good song. And then I sort of took it from there, and just some of my songs don't even have choruses, but that was my first sort of aha moment.